Hi there, my name's Noni Carr and I'm the Principal Psychologist and owner of Enhanced Life Psychology. I'm trying something a little bit different today. I'm coming live on Instagram. I usually do my lives on Facebook, but I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. But I'm wanting to talk to you a little bit about sleep. So I've had a couple of clients, and it's not uncommon for other clients to talk to me about how they're sleeping, or I generally ask clients about their sleep. Often that's when they're struggling with anxiety and mood issues, and maybe there's a fair amount of stress in their lives. But most clients talk about, when they're struggling with sleep, about how to get to sleep and how to stay asleep, or when they wake up, how to get back to sleep. So some of the things that I talk to my clients about might be about okay, I'm just looking at my phone, it's giving me messages, and I've got my phone in landscape mode, and it's giving me messages about the fact that it's telling people that I'm live, and I couldn't read them sideways. Anyway, so sleep. So some of the techniques I talk to my clients about are, the first one, most important one, is I give them information about sleep. So that might be basic information that we know about sleep, and that's about our stages of sleep, and that this comes in waves, and it happens, our brainwaves, etc., change all through the day in relation to how they work, but mostly at night they have an impact on how we feel, whether we feel sleepy or not. Then I talk about reducing caffeine in the evenings, about when you might eat, and about looking for that wave to catch, and about developing a sleep routine. So we know for children we might put in a sleep routine for them. So it might be they clean their teeth, they might have a bottle, a glass of milk, warm milk. They might clean their teeth, then you might have a story with them, and then you might lie down with them, or you might pat them on the back or rub their back to help them go to sleep. We need a sleep routine as adults as well, and that for us might also be going upstairs, changing into our pajamas, turning the bed down, might be cleaning the teeth, washing our face, maybe it's having a shower, maybe it's reading a book. And so as we engage in that sleep routine, we then start to feel a little bit sleepier, and that tells our brain that it's time for bed, time to go to sleep. So when we do that, that helps our sleep. The next thing I tell my clients about is that it's useful to offload all these worries that are going round and round and round in their head, because often those are the things that keep us awake. And also, I forgot the other thing I tell clients is about the phones. So looking at our phone or our computer or iPad or whatever tablet we have, or even sometimes the TV can have an impact. Looking at these in the hour and a half before we go to bed has a negative impact on our brainwaves, and it can prevent us going to sleep easily. So that's something to keep in mind. Turn the phone off. Set your alarm if you're going to use your phone for alarm. Turn the phone onto night mode, set the alarm, put it by the bed an hour before you go to bed. Then when you go to bed, don't pick up the phone. Obviously, we then have these thoughts going around in our heads. Offload them. Write them down somewhere. You'll either remember them in the morning or they're all written down. One of the nice images I use with my clients is, I don't know if you've watched, a lot of people have watched Harry Potter, but it's that idea of using the pensieve And you see this, there's a scene where Dumbledore is with Harry Potter and he takes his memories with his wand out of his mind and puts them in the pensieve. It's a bowl of water or something. And it allows then Harry to see his memories. So this idea of using a pen to write our thoughts, it's like that. The wand is taking the thoughts out of our mind. So the pen is taking the thoughts out of our mind, putting them on paper, and allowing us to let go of them as we go to sleep. Because we've already put them on paper. We can't do anything about them overnight, generally. Sometimes it might be possible. But if we put them on paper, in the morning we'll remember them. If we wake up in the middle of the night, pen and paper by the bed, just scribble them down, same deal. The intention is, I'm going to put it on the paper, then I don't need to think about it to remember it. In all reality, those problems might be clarified when you wake up in the morning, because our brain still keeps working and ticking over when we're asleep. So in the morning, you might find you've found a solution to that problem that you're struggling with, or you've thought up a way of working something through, or you found you've had a really good night's sleep and you're better able to tackle those worries and those concerns or those issues the next day. And that can be really helpful. So I think the next thing I tell clients is about breathing. So obviously we know when we go to sleep, our breathing rate slows down, our heart rate slows down. This is all normal. We're going into this very relaxed state. If we're struggling with thoughts, sometimes it can be helpful to switch our attention to our breathing and focusing on a slow breath. Breathing in slowly, making sure it's a deep breath or down to the bottom of your diaphragm, and then a slow breath out. And we just do that. Each time we have that thought pops into our mind, we go, okay, thank you, mind. I've written that down already. I'll remember that. I can look at that in the morning. I don't need to think about that now. And refocus your attention on your breath. That might happen multiple times. Yeah, our brain does that sometimes. But that can be really helpful. So that's 3 things about sleep. One is write your worries or concerns, your things that you need to think about and do the next day. Write them all down before you go to bed. Have a sleep routine. It's more than 3 things. Don't look at your screens. Don't use caffeine in the evenings because that's a stimulant and it can wake us up. Some people it doesn't have an impact on, others it does. I can't drink caffeine at night, otherwise I have a sleepless night. And the last thing is breathing for relax. So that's 5 things that you can try if you're struggling to sleep well. There are lots of other things that might be going on for you, and I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. You can send me a message through Instagram if you want, or on my Facebook page, Enhanced Life Psychology, or you can find me on the internet at www.enhancedlife.com.au, and there's more information there, maybe not about sleep, but about other things that I do. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope this has been helpful. And so remember that I'm wanting to help people live their most enhanced life. Thank you very much.